Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness gracious, I did it again, didn't I? Welcome back to the Starlight High League Star Series Season 3. We're going to be taking a look at game number 2 here. It is going to be Ad Finem facing off against Cloud9. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by the illustrious, the wonderful, the always great Trent Pax. Mr. Man, we saw Ad Finem end up dropping game number 1. They got a lot of kills early, but kind of fell off late. What was your thoughts on the series and what we've got already in this draft?
Well, we had discussed the possibility of seeing a Timbersaw ban. You know, maybe that whole Underlord IO thing. See if half of them wanted to do it again in Cloud9. They just threw that out. They're like, no, come on, guys. You can do better than that. And maybe it's very annoying to play against. I could see it being a little bit obnoxious. Lots of sustainability. And perhaps Cloud9 can assume that if they give them IO Underlord again, more than likely they're going to have some plan to deal with someone like that Timbersaw, or they'll provide a better lane matchup for the Underlord. Maybe give them a buddy this time. Could run all kinds of different scenarios. You can send the Underlord like position 4 and go for that Bat Riders. Could just go in for an Undying as well. All kinds of options. So instead, we just get rid of the two best position, or I guess first pick overall supports, argued by many in the Shadow Demon and the Slardar. Interesting that FNM do it as their first pick. And then they head right into a Rubik. So just a well-loved hero from them, it seems.
Yeah, no, it's a great hero. And I mean, he's been able to prove himself time and again on it as well. I think that Ad Finem did choose first pick, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I think that they did. And that, of course, changes up the way that they draft every time as well. But Dazzle Earth Spirit is going to be the pick there. So, yeah, different dynamic. Ad Finem just wanted to shake things up. They said, we didn't like how that game went at all. Let's do something else. And they take the OD. That's something very different. Are they going to take the Omni for themselves? I feel like if you're Cloud9, you got to think about banning it.
Yeah, it has to come under consideration for sure. Not something that we've seen too much from Ad Finem, I don't think. I know they banned it a lot, but yeah, definitely still an option for them to be able to run that up. So we'll see where they want to go. We do still have that Necrophos in the pool as well. We might end up seeing that in a safe lane from either team. Wouldn't completely knock them out of the park. Yeah, the OD setup heroes are going to start to be banned here from Cloud9. They already own the Earth Spirit. You saw how frustrating that Pudge was. Let's see if they want to go for those Rubik mid pulls again from the Ancient. You can do it on the Dire side as well. And I would assume that they figured that one out here from Ad Finem before as well.
Yeah, well, Meepo going to be taken out. No real surprise there. Don't want to have to deal with the shenanigans that hero brings about. And I think it's worth noting again, just like where we are just in terms of the general league as a whole. I'll bring up what the standings are currently for the stream, but you can see Liquid, Cloud9, Ad Finem are there. There haven't been a ton of games played as of yet. We're a decent amount of the way through, but there's still a couple of question marks there. Navi hasn't played any, obviously. We have Secret, who did show up at Dota Pit and threw out some pretty good stuff there. You know, we saw them play very well and quite impressed with them. But we still don't know exactly where everybody fits. But in my eyes, I think that these two teams are potentially vying for that second place once all the games end up coming through.
Yeah, I would agree with that. These guys have been playing, well, at least Cloud9 have been playing a lot. Ad Finem, they just had their strong showing at Boston, and then they're just looking to get back in the swing of things. And already looking good with this draft. They do take out the Sniper. I mean, it's an assumed counterpick against the OD. It's also Baby Knight. His Viper is still there. Cloud9 possibly starting to work some ideas around a Viper-style draft, move forward from there. Could also head back in towards that Darkseer for themselves to have the partner with the Earth Spirit and give them 2 lanes of pressure. But it's going to be a core silencer.
Ooh, and
that's exciting.
Maybe setting the stage for a Bat Rider pick as well. It feels like that would be really good, especially given the context that you have an OD that wants to be able to get off that Astral to save his buddies. Might be a pretty nice little pickup there for Cloud9 if they want to go for it.
Yeah, I think this will be mid for Baby Knight because that's who I've seen play it before on Cloud9. And oh, well, there he is.
All right.
First phase ban occasionally against Ad Finem, and into the second, we've now reached him. Bounty Hunter. Not the most traditional partner with an OD. You know, it's not the Marana Arrow. It's not the Pudge Hook or something like that in the setup, but it still works. You can get in position. There tend to be sentries in the mid lane anyway, so an Astral Imprisonment can still allow Bounty Hunter to wrap on in, get there for the Janata, and that slow's still going to be there against someone like a Silencer. Like, what's he going to do? Yeah, you're still going to get ran down if you don't have an immediate TP from someone like the Dazzle or a roll in and a kick from the Earth Spirits. So Gonna need a lot of attention from those two supports in the mid lane, and Adfinem, perhaps that way Bounty Hunter can pressure down the bottom, get a very nice offlaner like that Bat Rider, perhaps for themselves if they want to try and draw that Earth Spirit and even Dazzle away from mid. And Cloud9 probably thinking about some sort of survivable carry here for Ace.
Yeah, and I feel like there's always, they do go back for the Bat Rider. I feel like there's always this thing that happens when you see a signature hero. You expect big things. You expect that this hero is just going to go crazy. You know, maybe next time he's done it again. Oh my goodness. But there's also the context of, is it the correct game for it? And with Silencer Bat Rider already taken, if Cloud9 go back for something that's just like heavy push oriented, that's the way you take down Bounty Hunter. That's the way you win games against him. And I do sort of wonder, they've already got some good sustain. They've got the ability to initiate in a really hard way and break high ground with Bat Rider. Do you think this is the right game for the Bounty Hunter?
I think the Dazzle Earth Spirit both lack that nice element of control up against him. It's not like if you just immediately show under Sentry, you're not dead as Bounty. Whereas against like maybe like your Lions, your Shadow Shamans, or those kind of supports, you can run into a lot of trouble. So he'll be okay in that scenario, but you're right. It could be some sort of like a 5-man Dota. They could go back towards something like a Luna. Even a Weaver wouldn't be the worst for Cloud9 too. Just another hero they like to use. Something that can pressure those objectives and let them go 5-man. But if they do go 5-man, now there will be a Legion. So this will be that pressuring off lane. Try and use the Bounty Hunter to rotate down in, maybe give a little bit of assistance there, as well as having now that Purge up against our Bat Rider. So the Global Silence combination with Bat Rider, we see it all the time these days, especially whenever Silencer or Bat Rider are picked up. And we'll see if the Cloud9 can execute it here flawlessly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, definitely. And how does Legion Commander build to, I guess, do you build Lotus Orb then on Legion to try and take off the global? Or I guess eventually BKB, but you won't have to buy that super early on. We'll see what she ends up itemizing into to deal with it. And maybe we'll end up having, I don't know, do you like the idea of an OD played out in the mid lane for Baby Knight? Or not Baby Knight, excuse me, for Thug? Or do you think that this might end up being a Madara hero?
No, I'm pretty sure it should just be mid lane for OD.
Okay.
Not too
Dire team ban.
Not too likely we'll see him move anywhere else. He'll be fine up against the Silencer. They really want to put that pressure on there too. Try and draw those supports. Try and give Legion a little bit of space. And the Jug is the sensible ban, not only because they just played on Finem, but it's just a solid hero. Even with Rubik, can output a lot of damage.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, maybe Ed Finem end up going back for the... I couldn't go for a Timbersaw. So they need somebody who can hit towers eventually. Luna comes to mind as definitely somebody that could end up working here for them. But for now, the ban against Cloud9. I don't know. Is there anybody else that we might end up seeing? Is there any chance that it could be a safe lane Silencer and then instead a different Baby Knight hero?
It's possible if they wanted to ban the Viper, but yeah, they'll just take care of that Weaver. That Cloud9. That's something they've done for Ace a couple times. It's really good. And then the Lifestealer. So nice Echo Saber Deso kind of a style hero. Good burst damage. Someone they can use with the Legion Commander for blinks and damage, and then try and close out duels really quickly before there's time for someone like that Dazzle to respond. Yeah. Cloud9. Some teams, I guess, have been running like safe lane Embers, which could be like a slippery hero they might want to try. There's only really Rubik and then Duel to deal with him, but be a little bit of a riskier grab for themselves. Could go full TB. He's still in the pool. They have Dazzle as well. In fact, that might be the pick here.
That's pretty nice. Definitely wouldn't mind that at all. It's you know, it doesn't have to be like a ton of right click necessarily. Like Silencer could do that job as well. Like if they wanted to go back for, they probably can't do the Timbersaw this game. Would be a little bit too tough. Sven, all right.
Okay, so more control. Then something like the TB, more team fight aspect with the Warcry. Gonna help out against Legion, Lifestealer, even just the annoying pecs of someone like Bounty. And still allow Dazzle and Sven to feel very confident in their own safe lane.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2. Ad Finem facing off against Cloud9. And if Cloud9 could pull away with this one, it would give them a really strong lead as far as the points go going into the rest of this group stage. So we'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Likewise, if Ad Finem end up losing this one, it really hurts their chances of being able to make it to that land that's going to take place in Shanghai a little bit later on. I guess next month is when it is, February.
10 seconds remaining.
So good stuff coming out. Do you feel like one draft is favored over the other here?
5 seconds remaining.
You say this lands in February?
I think that it is, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds crazy. It can't be in February. Are you high?
No,
Are you
man.
insane?
I'm high on Ad Finem.
Are you high on Dota?
I'm high on Dota, absolutely.
Damn West Coast people.
I think
It's like 8:30 lyrical. Put it away.
I can't stop. I need my crack. It's crazy. But yeah, I think that it is. If I'm not mistaken, go look at the page. Look.
Oh yeah, I guess that's my job. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Come on,
you have to
co-caster.
entertain the people.
Are you high on maple syrup, Canadian?
What is it? It start. Oh, this is the qualifiers. Okay, so it's the main event. The start date is February 23rd. Wow. Get
So
those
it's late
visas,
February.
boys.
It's late February, I guess.
Call your embassies.
That's right.
It's gonna be a fast turnaround.
Jeez. Yeah, and to China as well. It could be tough. But we'll see how this ends up going for them as we early on see the movement in by maybe next time. Surprise, surprise. He wants to go get himself a bounty rune.
That'll be the second round of qualifiers, visa qualifiers. That's why it's a group stage, so we can perfectly order all 8 teams, and then we just go one by one to see who has to come, depending on which visas get denied. So excellent, good stuff. Just typical Dota.
Yeah. They have a sentry ward here. Would rather not commit it. Maybe next time saw no dust, of course. So feeling comfortable with this here. And he also does have a sentry ward himself. So if they wanted to go for some D-ward action, it could come out here. And rolling from Noya. He had dust on him. Might have been a kill.
All right, well, 2 for 2. The bounties go their separate ways. So everything's A-okay. And nothing too wild in the lanes. Hesta Joe probably... I guess it's not so much a concern, but he can't just stomp all over this lane. So that's why they're perfectly fine with Madara just starting up here all by his lonesome. Pressure into the mid lane. He's going to have that rage to deal with the napalm stacks once it becomes relevant. Although he does have Feast to start, and maybe Hesta Joe can try and punish this a little bit.
Yeah. There's definitely some chance at that, getting those stacks up of sticky napalm. We did see that the Noya Earth Spirit headed out to try and get, I guess, some vision up here to the side as there was a stun that came out, chasing after maybe next time. They found him in some trouble. They aren't quite in range for Stormhammer if he wanted to level it up, and not going invis as of yet. Dust still almost gone, and Fade Time will be there. He's trying to get out. Oh my goodness. They find the kill. Oh, nice play there. Rise and Noya get together. Maybe next time thought he was out of there.
Wow. Oh, there you go. So close yet so far. I didn't even know that Shadow Wave hit hidden units, so there you go. Learn something new every day when you cast a Dota game.
Well, top lane now, we do have, still going to be left alone. Rage is on the lifesteal now, so there shouldn't be too much chance for a kill. But mid lane, I guess it's a little bit scary if Thug does use his imprisonment aggressively to try and keep on getting the damage out.
Just maybe next time. The courier sniping God himself.
It's kind of hard to snipe it when it's sitting in base, although it is coming back out this direction. And they will have a ward. He actually might be able to do it if it keeps on coming out this direction like this. They're not being too safe with this guy. I guess that they spotted him.
Yeah, a little bit too busy up top there. Bugging their Bat Rider. So everything just pretty chill other than their 1 kill onto our obnoxious bounty hunter, who's now coming mid. Could be a play here with an Astral.
Yeah, they have the sentry ward, but not going to be able to slow him down too much further. Right clicks Baby Knight, just going to be pushed back out in lane, and that will be maybe next time finding the sentry ward, able to take it out and away. That's Skylark is chasing down Ace, and 6 seconds left. They might have been able to find that kill with the overwhelming odds.
Top lane as well. The rage was forced out here from Madara, but even 16 seconds, like that cooldown's not too brutal, just because Firefly is very easy to work around, hence why Lifesteal works so well in this situation. And Hesta Joe get a little bit of a pull off here and help his lane push back towards his tower.
Yeah. I feel like I have to keep my eyes on this mid lane so much. Like with the Bounty Hunter and the Earth Spirit here at any point in time could just be a quick snipe and a kill. It does look like maybe next time is going to try and help out Madara here to try and tail off Hestejo. And, well, with the rage, everything else being thrown out, it should be enough to be able to take him down. And, well, Fairy Fire staying alive. Nope, not going to happen. They get the kill.
Baby Knight too. Jeez. Another Fairy Fire mid. As an Arcane came out. Worth noting, that early Arcane Orb, not something we get to see too often. But with the setup he has here from the Bounty Hunter, just trying to get some sort of domination in that mid lane there. And when it's up against another int hero too, you get that added value of just stealing the damage from Baby Knight and making it very difficult for him to last it. You see the -5 on there. It's only got 50 right now, so continuously bullied. And that's with the double nulls. Okay, yeah, the nulls kick back in. There we go. Back up to 67. I was going to say, all right, that sounds disastrously low. But he was just backpacking.
All right, that makes a lot more sense. So things going better there for Baby Knight. And I'm going back for the Veil as well. Noya has an Invis rune here, and they're going to try and go on to Spartan. There's the stun, connects on two. Nicely played. The follow-up stun doesn't end up being on to Skylark, but they are going to be able to take down Spartan, trying to roll forward. Skylark able to walk away. Does still have the press the attack. He wants to purge himself and head out and away, but nonetheless, a very nice little pick off there with the Invis rune. Is Baby Knight not going to be able to get taken down? There might have been a kill there had they waited, but maybe next time was running out of Invis, so couldn't hang out any longer. Well,
A quiet early game, relatively, at least compared to last game. But like, what was it, like 10-3, almost right away. Radiant side showing Finem, I guess, had that big lead, and then fired right back from Cloud9. So they took over that mid game, but last hits, the nice little advantage here for the Dire side. So you can see Madara's gotten that perfect matchup for himself. So let's see him get up a nice early armlet. His rotations will be coming off the back of probably our Bounty Hunter and maybe next time.
Well, the other interesting thing about this, too, Baby Knight foregoed his boots early on, is about to get him, but right now he's only moving around at 269 movement speed. For a little while there, Thug was heavily outpacing him, and now Noya may be in some trouble. Oh, they are going to be able to keep alive Baby Knight. That might have been a kill, looking for it, and they're not going to be able to find him. Maybe if Thug was level 6 at that point, you drop Sunny's Eclipse and you find it. Nonetheless, I'd Finem off to a much better start than I think they were. As far as the lane dominance goes, they're up 2,000 net worth at this point. So looking a lot better.
Yeah, again, though, kind of the same scenario last game. Thanks for able to be clawed back here. But, yeah, the way they've set these lanes, very nicely done. Mid lane's been going great for them, too. 27 to the 22. Baby Knight. He's had quite a bit of help, whereas not so much needed for Thug. Get a little bit of a rotation there from the Bounty Hunter, but other than that, not too much. They're going to run into Bounty, Dust. Oh, yeah, it does clip.
Yeah, he eats the Tango to get the bonus movement speed, so he's not slowed by the Dust, and they won't be able to catch up to him. So that smoke gank disrupted, and that means that OD can probably farm a little bit safer than he would have been able to otherwise. They don't have an Observer Ward over here to spot out the Bounty Hunter, and this could be the death of him, as you do have a flame break up on the Bat Rider.
Ace down bottom.
Is he going to
Lifted,
go down?
thrown back.
Now, nice little bit of damage. They still have the Fade Bolt, but the Grave is there, and Skylark maybe overstep his bounce a little bit. Is going to get chased down, press the attack to purge off all that damage, and Skylark escapes. Well, mid lane, they weren't able to find and kill the OD, but now they do, as the Astral wears off. So, miss gank bottom, hit gank mid for Cloud9.
Yeah, a bit of an aggressive play there from Skylark, but he's doing a really nice job of wearing down the Sven constantly. Just every time that the Radiant waves are coming in, he's overwhelming and stacking on top of Sven too. And although that duel was probably low percent to actually work, it does force the TP from Rise if it's not going to happen. And it's also unlikely you're going to die too. Pretty low risk play for Skylark, and it doesn't work out for them this time. Good thing C9 were able to get the counter kill in the mid lane too, knowing the two heroes were busy down bottom and there wouldn't be a rotation from Spartan to go with that telekinesis save.
Oh man, look at Ace here, super low, and I think that this is, it's not quite scouted out right there by the side of Ad Finem, but they definitely could have killed him had they had eyes on it, and maybe next time now going to move
really
out. Noya spots him, trying to get out of there, but they are going to be able to get the stun and a lot of damage. TP, is he going to make it? He is going to be able to get out of there. Holy crap, no! He dies in Fountain. I thought he was going to live, but Too much damage coming out from that flame break.
Wow. I was not expecting that. I thought the Fountain Regen was going to be enough there, but new Flame Break doesn't stun, does do a hell of a lot more damage. So comboed up there with just a little bit of sticky napalm and everything works out fine for them. Nice pick there, 4-1. And they'll continue their assault down the bottom lane. This time it's just Rise, though, as he's thrown back.
Oh, goes for the grave, and that is going to force a couple of TPs. Spartan trying to run away is going to get caught by the stun, and it should give that kill out and away to Ace. So, well, they force rotations at the cost of Rubik's life. It definitely feels like right now Cloud9 getting the better of the rotation pickoff game, whereas have had Finem getting a lot more out of the lanes.
Yeah, it was definitely a good call not to go for the duel, but once any TP that was going to come out there was going to stop that, because Skylark was already pretty low and was forced to go back and shrine up. But Madara, he is level 10 at this point, so he's really looking to make that impact, and there's our duel.
Oh, down bottom, they're going to be able to get it. It doesn't look like that was a kill mid lane. They're trying to pull back in and kill off Thug. Very low on HP and taking some damage from that Arcane Curse. The Flame Break not quite on point. Oh, bottom, they're able to, or rather mid, they're able to take down Baby Knight. And bottom, Skylark is probably going to drop here. They have another Hadouken in a second. That creep is just so fast. Tormenting the Legion Commander.
So they were going in mid on the OD at the same time for the, that's why the global was used, I'm guessing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I was just like watching this Dazzle and Legion duel and telling there was a global coming out, so there you go. Okay, well, good thing Madara did show up then with his first big play. Now building up in towards that Deso. He's going to be the biggest concern for Cloud9, despite the fact that they are ahead. When you look at the net worth, he is really top in that chart.
Yeah. Madara has just been playing a pretty great game so far. Been kept away, and I guess it's mostly his team making room for him also, which is something to consider.
Yeah, all those TPs coming down the bottom lane. It'll be an interesting game for Lifestealer too, because he's got a Bounty Hunter who's going to be his main source of initiation. Unlikely that Blink Dagger comes out anytime soon here for Skylark, at least not before he'll want to be making his next rotation, so it'll kind of be sentries that'll be counting out this Lifestealer for a little bit. Perhaps like these kind of situations where they're going to have Skylark pressuring bottom. If they can have Madara inside of maybe next time looking for TPs in and quick jumps for a duel, comboed up, that might be the way to go about it.
We're also seeing here Sven actually do the stacks, which isn't something that we've seen all that often. They're going to
Oh, this was so smart.
Ace. This is huge.
So yeah, and they push the lane in mid really fast. TP's right down the shrine, immediately into Sky, or maybe next time. And they're going to try and make this play with the Lifestealer before they realize that he's left the top lane. But now Noya sees the next wave come through. Might suspect something's going on here.
I don't know if they're going to actually go on to Hestejo for the moment. It would be great if they could pick up and take down Ace, and Spartan is actually going to run into him right there. As the stun comes out, they realize that that's what they're going for, and trying to take down Hestejo. They are going to go for the actually Rage. They do find that kill with the Fade Bolt coming through. Still Sven focused on those Ancients. They were able to take it all the way down. Noya in some trouble, is going to die. They have the global out, but 4 heroes still here from Ad Finem. If they can somehow manage to take this fight, maybe a bit too scary around the shrine. But nice play there by Ad Finem, though Sven does get the stack, and that really catches him up with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, not something we see too often from our Svens, and if you look over, he's got another one completely prepped up here. So Sven falling out of the limelight for a little bit with all the changes in neutral camps and whatnot, but Ace, because of the way he was forced to that lane and the pressure from the Legion Commander, he had really no option but to start working towards these stacks, and it's paying off massively.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, still not quite as good as a total free farm Lifestealer, but they'll take it.
Also noticing here, maybe next time was stuck behind enemy lines with no mana left. Not even enough for another Shadow Walk. So thankfully nobody walked through that little tree path and was going to be able to get away from that one. But, well, now the match has been significantly evened up, about 1,000 gold lead only into the favor of Ad Finem. And it's going to come down to how these fights break out. Oh, Rise? Invis here. Looks like they want to try and get into position to take this fight possibly. But Rise is scouting everything. He knows exactly what's going on for his team. Playing a bounty hunter in his own right almost.
Well, I guess that'll be our first mid-tower knockdown here. Nice little advantage here for Cloud9. Might open up that jungle and see if they can get some vision going up here. Start pressuring the top lane because of it. As Ace, well, he's a little bit busy. No time for objectives right now. His objective is Ancients. And Dire, they have an idea this is happening just by Noya's vision through this ward.
Ooh, Legion doing a lot of damage to Ace there, and he's not going to go down to it, but yeah, that was a bit of a scary moment there with Legion walking up that direction.
Oh, they dusted. Okay, just thinking. Maybe Bounty Hunter was there, and that's why they came over and threw that out. Either that or he was trying to hit smoke. I'm not really sure. But they have a shrine, so Ace can still just kill this one camp, and they could heal up shrine and smoke. Kind of seems like what they might be wanting to do here.
Yeah, they're definitely all grouped together. Everybody from both teams on this side of the map right now. Nobody is bottom pretty much, and honestly, OD isn't going to have a quick way to get there if they spread out. So it looks like Finem going to group at this point. Sanity's Eclipse online, and they have the
that
Infest
courier
bomb.
too, so that they know the entirety of Cloud9 is here.
Oh, there's the scan just to make double sure. Now, maybe next time not going to find the courier there. I think I heard another dust. I'm not sure about that, though.
I heard one too. But they don't find anything. Doesn't find the courier, and this is a infested lifestealer and Legion Commander far away from anyone on the side of Cloud9.
Kind of showing one of the weaknesses of this draft right now is that if you don't manage to find those pickoffs, you're
And now they're
up to
under
nothing.
vision down bottom too. And they probably know that this bounty hunter has a lifestealer inside of him, so they're going to feel very happy to continue this.
Yeah. Well, Tier 1 is going to be pressured mid at the very least, but you can see that after what was a very good start from Adara, Sven has caught up quite well, showing that stacks still can be a thing.
And it looks like they're just going to try and pressure a little bit fast here from the side of Cloud9. Dire's starting to set up. They're going to leave just Madara. He'll be the one to TP into the engagement as Skylark tries to lead forward.
Yeah, they do also have the Infest to use, but actually Madara does not have a TP right now. He needed to Infest inside of that OD, and I think that's if they want to contest, but the tower's already gone.
Yeah, it just got to be too late at that point. Now self-weave as they'll go through the jungle just to make sure in case they run anyone that they'll be okay. Get some wards up here from Rise.
Alright.
Oh,
And-
this is a really nice gank.
Oh, jump forward, blink daggers there. Skylark not going to get caught out, so doesn't quite work out for them. But it was a nice try nonetheless.
Yeah, that would have been a nice pickup on the Legion Commander trying to slow down Skylark. So close to his blink dagger. And yeah, they'll even Sentry because he was really close on that blink. Just basically 50-50 chance pretty much where he was going to be. It looked like he didn't quite have vision when he made the leap. And both Sentries will miss here from Spartans. So Rise not opting for the obvious ward spots, and that's going to pay off for them as they'll lose 200 gold here on the side of Adfinem. A lot of sentries being thrown down. I mean, I guess they still add some value because they're going to be scanning out these rotations if they want to throw down an observer ward somewhere, and maybe they can spot any sort of like an invis rune or something, but, you know, relatively useless.
No, I will say that it's felt to me like this is a good decision by Adfinem to not fight right now. Like they're lacking a couple of those initiation tools. You just finished the Deso right now on the Lifestealer, and so there's still this moment where if you take a fight badly, Cloud9 are just going to accelerate ahead so much further. But if you wait for that next round of items, you wait for maybe the Veil to get up on to Thug potentially, suddenly you can take the fight and probably come out ahead. The big problem also is just how they deal with that global silence. And to me, it almost feels like they just need to be able to burst down Baby Knight before you can even get it off, which is kind of a tall order.
Yeah, bursting out anyone's gonna be difficult with our dazzle there, our global silence, just the kicks from Noya, right? So many combo breakers that are available here. Everyone has something that they can add in to try and disrupt this nice little flow from Adfinem, whereas they're looking for that quick jump and burst. They just want the duel. They want Madara on top with that hits from the Desolator as he, I guess it's worth noting, he did skip over that Echo Saber, so more damage over time for sure, but maybe not quite the same amount of burst in those earlier stages. But he didn't find those opportunities anyway. And now you're just at a slightly better spot as a Lifestealer anyway.
Yeah.
A 16-minute Deso. Sure, he's fine with that. We'll help them grab Roche a little bit earlier too. If they can seize that opportunity, might be a nice way to give themselves the option of going a bit riskier on some of these dives.
We'll love to see that. It's always great. Get a chance to see some shenanigans coming out from these folks, but Waiting for the pause. Cloud9, I'm sure they'll be back shortly. Has seemed like there's been a little bit of oh god, Dota.exe has stopped working.
You got hit by it too, sucker.
All
Were you
right.
showcase moding?
No, actually, I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, showcase what seemed to be crashing it for me the other day.
That would make me really sad. Well, hopefully we come back online in just a second. Maybe I'm being affected by the same stuff that they were. God, I love the intro music. It's so good. All right, the broadcast is falling off the rails.
Bang on. I really heard it. No.
All right, let me
Perfect.
Showcase mode doesn't break it this time. Okay. All right. Maybe it does. I'm going to try and reconnect and not do that this time. No more showcase mode. It broke again. Oh, wow.
It's still paused. You're not missing anything?
All right. Maybe they tried to go into showcase mode as well.
Maybe, you know?
No.
They were trying to. Maybe they thought there was a Monkey King in the game. They were trying that one relevant tactic where you can tell which tree he is.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's it.
Is that a thing? Enlighten me. What's the Monkey King tactic?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't know if it's still that way, but when he first came out, if you went to showcase mode, when he turned into a tree, he would be the smaller tree in showcase mode. Literally the most useless hack of all time. If someone, out there actually did that in a game, bless your soul. Well, way to go, dude. But there's no Monkey King here. There's no bananas. There's no second courier walking around 350 move speed level 1, and you're like, wait a second. That should be a hero.
Yeah.
Instead, we have Dota here. One thing we haven't talked too much about this game and this draft, Spartan, not the easiest game for Rubik. It's not that many great steals at all. There's like global silence to interrupt it anyway. Like the best thing that you might steal could be Stormhammer, but it's likely you'll just end up with Warcry because he'll be spamming that out, and generally you'll be waiting for that as a Sven when you know the Rubik's on the other team. The skills, like there's still valuable skills for sure. Like every game has stuff that you can steal as a Rubik and it's fine, but it's just not the same as those big ones, those Sand Kings, those Impales that we saw the other day that just completely changed that one around.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like that. Right now he's got Sticky Napalm. You can spam that out during the engagements.
I guess the other thing too is they really don't have great team fight as a whole. Like you look at it, it's pickoffs with Legion Commander. It's Sanity's Eclipse is great, but there's nothing to pull all of those heroes together. There's nothing to find them when they're grouped up. Like you have to wait for them to make positioning mistakes, which can happen if Legion Commander jumps somebody and then everybody gets in together to try and save them. But I don't know. To me, it feels like it's just a much stronger team fight coming out from Cloud9 based on that Earth Spirit and the Sven together. Like the Earth Spirit, really.
Yeah. The pickoff is accelerated, though, from Finem because they will have the track gold, which hasn't really come into play quite yet. But if they can get themselves snowballing and rolling, that lack of team fight can be made up for in some earlier items by cash in the bank. Speaking of which, it is already starting to roll back towards Finem. So that whole group up play from Cloud9, they're just now kind of getting regen back up, dispersed across the map, whereas this whole time Finem dodging the fight and just hitting neutrals and lanes and getting gold on everyone.
Yeah. Well, and a hasted up maybe next time was a potential to find something, but they don't find a kill. Madara jumps out, and I think that this is we talked about the way in which you beat these bounty hunter drafts. It's just by grouping up together and taking fights, pressuring towers. Oh god, are they gonna get him? Thug trying to TP in to try and help out his team, and he's gonna end up going down here. Global comes out as well, just for good measure. Nobody able to stop him in time, and now they're going to jump on top of Ace. If they could find this pick off, this would be a huge take for them, but Ace is really tanky. Now the rest of the team is coming in as well. They try and turn it back around. Can they get there? The Grave comes out. Oh, man, and now Finem kind of in a scary spot. It looks like Ace is going to be able to live through this. Maybe next time is going to drop. They wanted to find a kill, but it's not just going to happen. And Skylark... oh, a nice stun. Able to catch him, able to chop him down. They do steal Stormhammer from Spartan, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Maybe he can get out with this. Yeah, he's got track movement speed on Spartan as well. So chasing down Rise, Madara. Rise able to get the TP away. Man, that one just about as bad as it could have for Ed Finem.
Yeah, really well set up from the movement of C9. They just have Ace down here by himself, so probably expecting that the rest of the team was backing him up and thinking that that was the whole play. But instead they had smoked, or I think it was a smoke at least. I hadn't actually caught it, but I would guess that that was their whole thing. And they were going to the jungle to try and catch that solo hero. So snagging up Thug, just massive for the side of Cloud9. And then that failed duel really hurting at them on a potential turnaround there with some track goals. So no real choice here with the draft they have. They feel like they need to get aggressive. Madara, no vision in this area. They won't see him infest into anyone. So this is not given away at all. And we look again to fight near a shrine.
Okay.
Oh, but they will leave it, so this is a benefit for Finem.
Yeah, and if
Ace
they can
here.
take on Ace, need that Sanity's Eclipse to get off this time. They're going on a rise right at the start. This is a nice little combination here. No Global Silence either, but still a ton of damage. They're all silenced nonetheless. Earth Spirit makes his own Global Silence, and everybody dropping right now. They have lost the Earth Spirit, though, so maybe it's enough with the damage coming out from Madara. Thug is going to drop, though, and now Ace is going back into the fray. Turns to fight Madara. Chop Suey is being made, and actually they are going to not find the kill onto Ace. Oh, 30 HP. It's heartbreaking. And they're going to shrine back up afterwards, so no pickoffs from maybe next time. And still, oh, God, the Earth Spirit just made all the difference in the world there.
Yeah, Madara almost pulled that one out there. Alpha Wolf MVP for Ace there. Adding so much damage as he had to man up against that rather terrifying Lifestealer. Well, that was an engagement that started out almost as well as it could have. There was no Global Silence. They got the Dazzle, and you're just like, okay, we did it. But then there's still an Earth Spirit. That silence definitely looked like a Global Silence because everyone I saw had a giant white face above them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, making plays as per usual.
No Arcane Orbs, no Sanity's Eclipse. I don't think that there was an Astral until the fight was basically already decided at that stage. Like, I don't know. They need BKBs or something at this point, and it does look like that's what OD is going back for. Still going to be a little while, and can they still fight or like look for pickoffs, or do they just need to try and dodge to the best of their abilities at this stage?
I would guess their goal would be maybe next time to try and get some kind of like mid-area wards, which they already have at least one down bottom, and well, they have a second one in the mid lane. They just place it down. So the whole goal now will be trying to spot out when it looks like a lone hero from Cloud9. Try and punish that. This last tier 2 in the mid lane, assuming they get this one knocked down here, is going to be very important for them as well. So it's going to be the last hope for their shrines, but I don't have a lot of hope for them holding it. They scan near the Roche pits. This is going to lead Cloud9 to believe they're heading into Roche to do it, and with that DD room, Madara might be tempted. But they're going to push high ground to force them back.
This could... Well, they still do have Global. They're going to need to find him. They jump immediately onto Spartan. All right, Rubik's gone. All right, there's the buyback now. There's a overwhelming odds to chase. Keep Cloud9 back for the moment. They might just be happy with that style, but it's too scary to go up high ground right now for Ad Finem. They're playing it safe, and look at how much damage they're even just taking from that Firefly.
A painful buyback for Spartan, but at least drive them off. Unable to capitalize on it, though, which is what I think they're really looking for. And Madara will just have to hop back out and probably start heading back in towards some gold. Maybe they're going to try and use this vision from this ward, knowing that Sven is in the area.
Ooh.
They need more help, though. Can't just solo fight him.
We saw what happened last time. Granted, that was with some other other factors going on as well. But, I mean, it's a tough game when at 22 minutes you got 10 bonus damage as Legion Commander.
Yeah, we are just 900, 700 gold at this point away for Thug. He's getting that money as fast as he can, trying to get that BKB. That'd probably be the big turnaround fight. They would love to have it for a Roche engagement, but now they're going to grab maybe next time.
Oh, jump forward. They did immediately take down the Batrider, though. Still stunned up. Global is there as well. They're chasing down Skylark, able to hit him. The Shrine keeping him alive a little bit longer. Also, Spartan able to throw out one, and Madara trying to get out and away. Jumps inside of a creep. Is going to be able to heal back up from that, and now a nice little jump out there. Thug is going to try and escape, but Ace is after him. They find the kill. Maybe next time gets hit in the trees. They're able to realize that he's there. Triple kill for Ace, and Madara, I don't know what he's planning here. This is okay, Jukes. They get a duel over here as well, so gonna be able to maybe get Baby Knight. That's a nice pick off, and Madara, Armlet Toggle into the best of his abilities, tries to man up, goes after Noya instead, gets the slow from it as well. So they slow down Ace. That was really good.
He just pulls those two away from the silencers, gets dueled up, and that's a win for Finem. In the end, you got to give it to them. Skylark did have to buy back, though, which hurts, but he got the duel damage, and, well, they didn't all die, so I'm sure they're quite pleased with how that worked out. It also means Roche will still be up. The biggest problem certainly going to be the fact that they did lose our OD. You can only imagine if Thug was able to make it through that fight and get in towards that BKB, maybe then they could pressure into Roche. But right away, they just TV down to the Shrine. They want to go. No. There's vision here, but not spotting anyone, as it will be invis maybe next time, moving around, and it's going to cut waves or just plant wards.
Well, the crit is now online for Sven. We saw how much that BKB was able to do in the last fight. Almost there for Thug. He's getting to that point where, you know, you finish this item off, you've already got a Force Staff to help keep your maneuverability going. I see ways for them back into this, but it's going to need a big-ass Sanity's Eclipse, which I just haven't been able to see as of yet.
This is a really interesting ward for maybe next time. Considering how this game is going, placing this now, typically you'll see this with maybe some sort of a position 4 hero that can push out these waves, hide and play around the trees like a Keeper of the Light or something like that. But with a Bounty Hunter, he can't abuse this. Maybe they're hoping that Skylark will be able to and worm his way down as they come for like these pushes through bottom lane and through the mid and try and pull creeps back this way. But
yeah, maybe
it's also, I guess they still have a gem, right, on the Radiant?
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
They have it on the Bat Rider, so it's like some semblance of vision that's really unlikely to get dewarded.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really offer you a lot right now.
Maybe also trying to set up for later, like if they push out this bottom lane really far, they can get in a Lifesteal or Infest gank down there and see it coming from a long ways away. But Skylark, while this is happening, is getting ready to jump. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it. Yeah, C9 just playing it so safe right here.
Power
Look at
Rangers,
this.
man, they are out.
Jeez. And Roshan.
They spotted the TP back from the Bounty Hunter too, and they were just like, yeah, okay, that's 5 heroes. Let's just leave. And there he goes.
Well, and with the also weave down, there's not a great chance that Adfinem could have fought there. Global silence back up. You've got BKBs online, all the ultis up and ready, and Adfinem are left struggling to find answers. And it feels like this is maybe a way that you can still do Sven. If you're able to get those camp stacks, it's not as clean. Like, yeah, I think you have to practice it a lot more and make sure that your supports are getting super efficient map movements, but it's something you can still abuse.
Yeah, it definitely seems like maybe a missed opportunity there from Finem, or just a lack of the hero being in the meta these days. But see if this time, the last good fight only went well because the global was a bit late from Baby Knight. Just assuming it was a free pick-off, I think, not thinking that the Rubik was going to be right there with the telekinesis meant Hesijo did get caught out. The second he went for it, wasn't able to just pull right back. So perhaps we'll see an earlier global this time just to ensure there is no opportunity here. And, well, Thug's getting good use of the sword. He's managed to push all the way down. He knows no one's there, but he has come back anyway, so maybe it doesn't benefit him too much. Maybe next time let's just scout in the jungle here.
Yeah.
Giving him some extra assistance. He'll have our still 10-second BKB ready to go.
And there's another weave forward, anticipating a jump, but Adfinem just not feeling super comfortable with it. Rubik is actually the one that is currently infested, and he has a Blink Dagger. Been able to farm that up somehow, Mr. Spartan. Still very hard to take a fight into any of these guys. With the rest of his team not there, maybe actually they could go into Ace, but they obviously don't know where they all are, and Hesijo is backing away as they head up top.
Yeah, just time to close out these shrines, other objectives. And with the Aegis being on the Radiant, I think it's just a bit too risky to try and fight out in the open, even if that means you're sacking your shrines too. It's just a bit too much. Thug is under vision currently. And he'll get a ping, but he'll force himself out.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time we'll just continue to be rather annoying down here. So getting good value out of this ward, using it really the only way it's going to work for you, but that's what you got to do sometimes.
Ace is about to have a Bloodthorn. Oh my god, this game is so hard. So Global Silence, Bloodthorn on top of literally anybody actually is just terrible for Ad Finem. I guess you would probably need to get it on the Legion so that way it can't be purged off of others. And there is sort of the whole imprisonment as well, but yeah, game becomes very, very difficult.
Yeah, Madara's rage is just going to be... They need to be very clutch. He has to find that perfect moment where they're committing to an initiation, but they haven't already popped global, or he hasn't been silenced up in some other fashion.
Yeah.
The Blade Mail, though, maybe that'll be one option here. If Skylar can manage to find himself in the cleaves of Sven, sack himself for the greater good, and try and chunk some way through that 2660 HP that Ace is rocking at the moment.
Just need that 400 extra gold for him. Imagine that they're going to try and prioritize that to the Legion to the best of their abilities. Scans go out, they realize what's happening here, and, well, that is going to be the completed Bloodthorn for Sven. Not scouted out and not revealed as of yet. Oh, they're looking for the Bounty Hunter. He's still sitting mid. So maybe next time doing what he can.
Well, that's a gem coming over.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that hurts. Yep.
Trying he gets out.
Trying to get the bonus movement speed. Nope, he is definitely not getting out. They could take this fight right now. Baby Knight is completely alone, and they're going to try and chase down Spartan. Oh, Ace almost caught him there.
Yeah, he is Aegis too, though, so there's not even that much time left. Not worth going for any sort of risk on ad for them. It's still a full minute.
Take down the tower. This is enough to finish off the Blade Mail for Legion Commander. So Blade Mail up, Lifestealer inside. If there's a time to go right now for Ad Finem,
I think
still
you need a delay, though.
All right, there they go. Jump forward. There is the Blade Mail going out. The Grave is there as well, but is it going to be enough damage? Thug is dropping so low. Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to end up probably being close to game. Madara healing a lot from the Shrine, but it's not nearly enough. Triple kill for Ace. The tower's dropping buybacks in mass, but none for Thug. And I don't know if we've seen a Sandy's Eclipse this entire game. He just has not been able to get it off. There's the Bloodthorn down on Madara. Controlled, killed off. That's a dieback. Ultra kill for him. Looking for the Rampage. They take it away from him. Baby Knight, why do you always do this to Ace? But GG ends up getting called as Ad Finem dropped 2-0. Man, Cloud9 looking strong.
Yeah, Ace had a hell of a day today.
Yeah.
Especially that Timbersaw game. Now he goes 12-0-5 on Sven. Certainly helped out by his squad. You know, always working and playing around him, but a very nice individual effort. Didn't get caught out a single time this game. The other movement of the four heroes, so like that combo break lineup, that's really the best way to look at this in my eyes. Dazzle, Earth Spirit, and Silencer. How do you do anything? If you're relying on this sort of burst duel sort of strategy, it's so difficult. I guess you could try and punish the cooldowns if you ever did get ahead, and then maybe you're like fighting into this kind of weak mid Silencer, but that was not the case at all. Maybe I had a fine old time in the mid lane, didn't get pressured too heavily, and Ace, that massive catch up, they, I guess, not able to use the big gold that they got onto Madara in any meaningful way in that early game. So Ace was just able to farm his way right back with those ancient stacks and didn't get that track snowball that they would have needed.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for our first series of the day. Again, Lyrical and Trent Packs, your two casters for this one. Cloud9 take it 2-0, which is, let me take a quick little look-see at these groups here. If I'm not mistaken, that should put them almost on parity with Liquid in terms of how far they've gone. So actually, it should put them up there because I think this is one of those you get 3 points for coming in with 2 wins, if I'm not mistaken. So 8 points for Liquid and Cloud9. Let me actually put the standings up so you guys can see it. These are not updated as of yet, but a very contentious top two here. And Cloud9 suddenly emerging as one of the, I don't know if I would say favorites necessarily, but how do you think that they're going to fare with the rest of the teams that are still in the pool?
They still have a couple tough matchups left, right? They still have to play... Secret is certainly someone who'll be contending, although they haven't played too many games yet.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be one of the bigger ones. So I'll be excited to see them versus someone on perhaps that level.
Yeah.
They haven't played... Oh, wait, no, Liquid was the very first one that we did on that first day. So that was their only 2-0. Is that right?
Yeah, and they look like a completely different team compared to what was playing then. They did.
I should say 0-2, but
yeah, right, exactly.
So the only one they lost 2 games for Cloud9, so they're in pretty good standing.
Yeah, they did end up tying with Alliance, and I guess the big question mark in this is Na'Vi. They're the team that we're going to see at the very last. Like, we've already seen every other team here except for Secret, who we will be seeing later today, who face off against Liquid. So that should be a great matchup. But Na'Vi, a big question mark in a lot of people's eyes. We'll see how they end up doing. A lot of games still to be played. We're almost halfway through all of the stages, and well, stick around, because guess what? We got another pretty good one coming up next. It's going to be Vega versus Horde, and that should be taking place, if I'm not mistaken, in about 20 minutes. I'll double check on that. But thank you guys again for watching Lyrical Mop Packs, and of course, Starladder Star Series iLeague Season 3. We'll be back in a bit.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every